All for under $15,000. Just visit justneedaride.com and find your ride today.
Thanks for watching News 12 on your side.
Parker's Kitchen is proud to partner with Wrdw Project to help empower veterans and their families. When you round up at Parker's, we'll make sure to match 25% of your donation to support local veterans.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Good evening and thanks for tuning in. I'm Will Rio.
And I'm Zana Halliburton. We have some air quality issues this evening, so we're going to send things over to your First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Riley Hale, who says rain is on the way.
And that should help clear out our air a little bit, but the thing is the rain is not expected to show up until we get to tomorrow morning. So not the best air quality out there for the rest of this afternoon, even into this evening. So if you suffer from any breathing issues, ideally you want to stay inside the rest of today. Now that's to see those gusts over 30. Have a look at our next chance for rain coming up in that full forecast in just a little bit.
All right, thanks, Riley. It's T-minus 19 days until tournament week begins, and the city of Augusta is kicking into high gear to make sure everything is in top shape for when guests arrive.
From cleaning up the last of the debris to traffic preps and everything else needed to make sure the city is ready to welcome thousands of visitors from across the world. As we all know, tournament week comes with some pretty bad traffic, and today the city laid out its plan to help alleviate some of that pressure and keep your commute as painless as possible.
Yeah, your Sydney Hood joins us live near Riverwatch Parkway. Now, Sydney, we see the same preps each year, but what is the city doing differently this year?
Hurricane Helene, that's what's different. On top of the every year preps, the city is cleaning up debris, picking up illegal signs, and making sure all the traffic signals are back working. But the mayor says there's a lot of progress happening, and the city is almost ready to welcome the world to Augusta. But going back to traffic, I wanted to show you drone video we took last year on Washington Road. John Usry with the city's traffic engineering department says on a regular day, Washington Road sees roughly 55,000 cars. Now, if you think that's a lot, Usry says that number doubles during golf week. So there's still some prep work for the city, but the end goal, they say, is to make the experience as seamless as possible.
It's that excitement of the Masters being here in Augusta and all the out-of-town folks.
Preparations are already underway, like traffic.
Working really hard these last couple months to make sure everything is up and running normally.
But this year, there's more to clean up.
We're having people to cut fresh debris, green trees, and put them in the right-of-way. We would ask that they not do that, give us an opportunity to clean up the debris that was a result of Hurricane Helene.
Mayor Johnson says the city is tasking code enforcement with putting a stop to this.
Perhaps make citations. I mean, it's a very serious issue. If we can't get reimbursed from FEMA, that means that the taxpayers, the remaining taxpayers, have to cover the cost of that, and I think that's unfair.
And as final passes for debris start,
if you feel like you've legitimately been missed, and call 311 and we'll look at it. But just bringing debris out at this point is no guarantee that it's going to be picked up.
Looking ahead to golf week,
people are out of their homes because of damage, and so I try to think about what they're going through, that maybe Masters this year isn't the same for them. And I was very lucky my home wasn't damaged.
For a full copy of the city's traffic plan and information on debris pickup, be on the lookout for this story on our website, wrdw.com.
Thanks for following that, Sydney. It's always a time where it gets really busy, and it's always a good reminder to pack your patience, and you might have to get up earlier.
Absolutely. Still a lot of work to do for a lot of these people who are trying to welcome guests into our city. Thanks again, Sydney. Well, the fastest growing illegal industry in the world is back in the spotlight again this evening. We're talking about human trafficking.
Usually when the topic comes up, people only think about sex trafficking, but it's more than just that. It also includes labor trafficking. The crime was the topic of discussion at the Rotary Club of Martinez Evans meeting today. Members invited the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to inform them on what to watch out for. Pat Morgan with the Thompson GBI says there are 3 indications of human trafficking: force, fraud, and coercion. Morgan says it can happen anywhere, so you should never turn a blind eye.
Can occur in hotels, can occur in high crime areas, major sporting events. We have one coming here pretty soon. So it's not out of the ordinary that somebody caught in human trafficking or sex trafficking may be brought to the Augusta area.
He says Atlanta is a major hub for human trafficking with multiple interstates running through the city.
Switching gears here, we're hearing from Georgia Representative Rick Allen weeks after protesters flooded his office. The congressman is on a tour of his district, District 12, this week.
He made his way to Lincoln County, Washington, Wilkes County, Jenkins County, and today he was in Augusta. Congressman Allen toured Golden Harvest Food Bank's new buildings.
And now your Audrey Dickherber was the only reporter there. Audrey, let's first start with today's visit. How is the congressman addressing food security in our area?
Well, Golden Harvest had one goal today, to help Rick Allen understand the need here and the impact food insecurity has on our community. With food insecurity still on the rise, it's a big problem to try and solve.
The food insecurity levels are rising and continue to rise, so that's important.
Local organizations and nonprofits are constantly looking for ways to help solve the ongoing issue.
When I show up as a neighbor at a food pantry, at a soup kitchen, what is my experience when I'm having the absolute worst day of my life? I'm there for food. I'm not there for anything else. And so how can we as a food bank, a party, those who work in DC, best be able to meet those needs of those neighbors at that particular time?
Calling on leaders such as Rick Allen to see the need here firsthand. And he says there's more to the issue than just food insecurity. It's about having access and choosing the right food.
How do we deal with the chronic disease epidemic in this country? We know that some of it is caused by malnutrition, not hunger, malnutrition. And it's the things people eat.
Looking for solutions, starting right here at home.
We need to solve this problem because there's no reason, as the supplemental nutrition issue grows, I mean, it's up to 54 million now, and you know, we don't want chronic disease to grow, okay?
And they're hoping to show more leaders just how important this issue is. It's something that takes more than just their food bank to help solve it.
And Audrey, nearly 3 weeks ago, local protesters went to his Augusta office calling for in-person town hall meetings. Did he have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I asked him about that today, and he said talking about concern among the community. After nearly 100 protesters walked into his office nearly 3 weeks ago, we're now showing you video we showed you at that sit-in that actually turned into be a stand-in. Protesters are holding the congressman accountable to host more in-person town hall meetings. The demand stems from recent political issues that they feel Allen has not addressed. He told me a lot of it stems from what he says is misinformation, and used the example of Medicaid and how they aren't going to cut that. I asked him about the demand for in-person town hall meetings and if they are in the works.
We do that digitally. We do digital town halls. We'll have 3,000 to 5,000 people on a call. It's kind of like a radio show, call-in radio show. Every question's answered. In other words, even if we don't get to you, you know, submit your question. You can get our newsletter. And again, we do everything we can to get the truth to the people.
Now, even though they aren't in person, they're hoping to be able to clear up some of those concerns with the online town hall meetings, something that we work to stay on top of.
Again, that protest happening 3 weeks ago. Thanks, Audrey, for staying on top of that and asking the tough questions for us. Riley?
Well, we are expecting a quick round of some brief shower activity early tomorrow morning, dry through the weekend. Next round of rain Monday. We'll take a look at how much rain we're expecting and those windy conditions tomorrow, just after the break.
Time and Temp, brought to you by your First Alert weather team. Introducing the First Alert Radar Network.
With up to 10 times the resolution of other local radars and technology that can pinpoint right down to your street.
First just got faster. Getting hurt at work was not
by the middle of next week.
On your sideline. Sponsored by Chandler Law Firm.
Well, round one of the Sage Valley Junior Invitational is at an end. I think we're just waiting on 2 more scorecards to officially come in. But everyone who walked off 18 said, man, that was brutal. But in teen speak, we all know that that just means that the greens were really, really fast, which made them make some adjustments throughout the back 9. Defending champion Astros Tally ended the day 5 over. She's back in 15th, but a big day for a first-timer, Pimpiza Rubrong. She was the only one to go under 2 under this afternoon until Aphrodite Dang hit a birdie on 18. But on the boys' side, Joshua Bai birdied 6 times. The 3 on the back may have saved his lead. He ends tied now with Miles Russell, who just wrapped up, and seems like his process is working.
Last year, I felt like I played a little too conservative after leading in the first round. So this year, I just got a new approach and just keep playing how I would play usually. Yeah.
I think like the back nine is more difficult for like the front nine. So my strategy is like try to like make par and like go like safe par and like not try to make birdie, just safe par.
Well, this is Pimpi's first time playing here at Sage Valley, and she's playing it pretty well, obviously. Charlie Woods, though, he is 6 over. Hamilton Coleman from Lakeside, he is 8 over. His scorecard just came through on our end. And Kai Trump is 17 over. We know that she didn't get a full practice round in, so maybe that's showing up on her scorecard today. But for reporting at Sage Valley Junior Invitational, Alyssa Lyons, round 1 in the books here.
Look forward to more coverage out there at Sage Valley Golf Club. A lot of big names out there to follow. Thanks for that, Alyssa.
Coming up, a tiny home community is one step closer to becoming the first of its kind in Augusta. More on how they're finding solutions for foster kids after the break.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
At Ashley, we're celebrating Ashley.
Well, heads up for any job seekers. You've got 2 job fairs opportunities coming up this Friday. The first is with Augusta University, which is holding its annual Jaguar Job Fair. It's from 11 to 2 at the Christenberry Fieldhouse on Wrightsboro Road. Now, this fair will have more than 90 organizations looking for part-time, full-time, and volunteer services. It's open to everybody, not just students. And the Columbia County Sheriff's Office is holding a job fair for several government positions Friday as well. This includes stormwater operations, facility maintenance, the library, Performing Arts Center, Board of Elections, Fire Marshal, and much more. That'll be from 10 to 1 at the Performing Arts Center on Market Street in Evans.
A groundbreaking ceremony held for Augusta's first tiny home community. City leaders gather alongside community members in support of the nonprofit Bridge Builder Communities. They're spearheading the project, which gives young adults aging out of the foster care system a place to go. The group is finding solutions and providing more than just a roof over their heads.
1, 2, 3. Breaking ground, Augusta's one step closer to seeing its first tiny home community on Mary Street.
Everyone showed up. I mean, that's really what it's about. Like I said, Augusta is full of resources, but now we are building those relationships, and that's really important to me.
Jackson Drumgold is the founder of Bridge Builder Communities. He says it's their goal to provide a safe place for young adults to go.
When kids age out of foster care, like I said, 85% of them have some form of mental health illness due to the fact that they've been displaced. They have food insecurities. They've witnessed violence in certain places, and they've moved around from house to house anywhere from 9 to 14 times. And so they're just in shock. So we want to provide that safety, that security for them, so we can prevent some of those other things from happening.
He says 25 tiny homes in a community center will soon go up on the empty lot, giving people so much more than just a place to live.
But I call it the 4 E's. They'll leave here enlisted, they'll leave here employed, they'll leave here educated, or they'll leave here as an entrepreneur.
Mayor Garnett Johnson says this project was unanimously supported by commission.
It gives opportunity for a hand up instead of a handout. This is a wonderful location. This was a city asset that was underutilized. So making the partnership happen for those that were in need, it was an easy decision, and we look forward to having more.
Bridge Builder says this is a $5 million project made possible through donations and support from a number of companies helping make this idea a reality.
Beasley Homes and Ivy Homes, we've all heard these names in Augusta. They build, major communities, major neighborhoods all around our area. And when they heard about it, they listened to us, they got on board immediately and said, we can do this for you. And in fact, we want to make it happen where you don't have any cost in doing that. We're so thrilled.
And that certainly is a huge help in all of the donations that they've received, a big community effort. As for what's next, I'm told crews will come out in the next few weeks to start some groundwork and setting up utility lines. Construction on the community center should start this summer, followed by the 25 tiny homes. They say the goal is to have residents in these homes this time next year.
It'll be a great resource to have in our area, and certainly something new to our area as well. I'm excited to see what that opportunity brings. It'll be great to watch.
It is, and it's going to see it it's going to be nice to see it all come together, right? We're looking at the renderings. It looks really nice. You can learn more about the project or how you can support on our website, wrdw.com.
Definitely looks like a cool project right there. Take a look at our 3-degree guarantee brought to you by Tub Doctor. Our forecast, 83 actual high, 83, $50 heading towards SOAR Academy of Augusta. Now a quick look at your 7-day forecast just after the break.
Thanks for watching News 12 on your side.
If you always wanted to keep
First Alert Weather, where accuracy matters. From keeping you alert during severe weather to helping you prepare throughout the day. We're so confident in our accuracy, we're willing to bet on it. Introducing the 3-degree guarantee. Each weekday that our forecast high is within 3 degrees of the actual high, a local charity gets money in their bank. No other Augusta station is on your side the way we are, keeping you ready for anything and putting our accuracy to work.
The First Alert Weather 3-degree guarantee, sponsored by Tub Doctor.
Welcome back, folks. Here's a look at our high temperatures throughout the month of March. You can see overall for the month so far, it's been warmer than average. We've had a lot of 70s and 80s on the map. There have been some cool days at times, and we're actually going to add a couple of blue boxes to this map heading into our Thursday and Friday as high temps are. Welcome back, folks. Here's a look at our high temperatures throughout the month of March. You can see overall for the month so far, it's been warmer than average. We've had a lot of 70s and 80s on the map. There have been some cool days at times, and we're actually going to add a couple of blue boxes to this map heading into our Thursday and Friday as high temps are expected to stay below 70 over the next couple of days. Now, we haven't necessarily seen a ton of rain. We've got over an inch, up to around 1.5 inches of rainfall total for the month, but if you look at how much rain we've seen for the entire year here in Augusta, we're more than 2.5 inches below average, so we are in a moderate drought across most of the region. Current look over SRP Park, you can see that growth going on around Riverside Village. A nice afternoon to be outside, unless you do suffer from breathing issues. Remember, our air quality is down today and not going to improve too much for the rest of this afternoon. Still 80 degrees on the thermometer if you are heading out tonight. We got nice conditions. Temperatures are going to stay pretty mild, actually 60s through at least around midnight tonight. We'll see the 50s heading into early tomorrow morning. This is going to be our quick round of rainfall, just going to bring you a brief shower, nothing crazy. And then as we get behind this rainfall tomorrow afternoon, that's when the wind really does start to pick up. Remember, some gusts 30, 35 miles an hour will be possible during our Thursday afternoon and evening. Back to sunny and calmer weather for Friday, and it is shaping up to be a beautiful weekend. We got a lot of sun in the forecast Saturday, Sunday, those high temps warmer in the mid-70s. And then next week, we are tracking that next chance for rain on Monday.
Thanks for that, Riley. We're back live on 26 News at 7.
And for News 12 at 10 and 11 o'clock. Thanks for watching.